What is it?
Whoa.
See it?
It's glowing.
It's probably insulation.
What is that? Poop?
I'm gonna guess it is poop of some kind, yes.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't try to pick it up.
Peeps.
Yes, that is correct. Ooh, look over there.
Ooh.
I think that's mainly litter. Look at this though. See the mold?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a bowl.
grody. It's like mildewy. Whoever thought you'd be in the basement of this place, huh?
I know it.
I know, I had no idea. I thought it was
My
all
spirit
gone.
box isn't
It's not
staying
working?
on.
Whoa, what is that?
I hate to be that person, but I just changed the batteries.
Oh, there's a lizard.
Oh, fun.
Look,
No way.
look.
Okay, I'm gonna look at this too.
I can't see with the light actually. There's a freaking lizard
What kind of lizard?
hanging out.
I have
in
no
this
idea.
bucket.
You know the chameleons represent the fire element
Do they?
of elemental spirits.
I wonder if it's trapped
Should we help him?
and if it needs help.
There are holes in the bucket.
Yeah,
Or there are multiple.
Is it alive still?
I can't tell.
He's very gray. Okay, let's find Oh, he looks like he's
He might be past.
okay, here
He's not moving at all.
we go. Wake up.
No?
Oh.
No?
Wake up, honey. Don't want to move you too. Oh, he's I don't know, I'm confused.
It's like a zombie lizard.
His little foot on the right looks broken.
Yeah, but it moved, but then...
He turned its head, but then he moved in one solid. He was a solid.
Yeah,
What is this?
I don't know.
There are holes in the bucket, you guys.
Is it a salamander?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Can you just put this?
No, yeah, that's not an actual bucket. I think that's something different.
Don't touch the support beams too much. Okay.
Do you put something in it so that it can come out of it?
That's a good idea.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, that's just really heavy.
Ooh, this place is giving me a headache a little bit.
This
Yeah.
fucking thing won't stay on.
It won't stay on?
No, I've never had an issue with this thing.
All right, well, look. I made the lizard a bridge.
Okay.
So if the lizard can come out, then he will come out.
Okay,
We've
good.
done our best, I think.
You're telling me these Dollar Tree batteries are dead?
Are they dead?
They can't be, dude. They can't be. I've used this thing like twice since I've gotten these.
Do you want to,
What is it?
like, film
Is this
her talking about how her batteries are dead down here?
I'm filming it, but
Oh, good.
we can all film it.
a radio?
Yeah, that's an old radio or something.
Here.
Hang on, I might be able to clear the air.
Some face spray.
Yep.
Stay away. There you go. So what's going on? What are you trying to do right now, Bex?
Well, I'm trying to turn on my spirit box. Put in new batteries last week because I was doing some other filming. And it'll turn on for a second, and then as soon as I try to sweep, it turns off. So I'm very confused. And I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, my batteries are dead. Even though I believe in, like, the energy draining of spirits. Like, that's all legit. But I've never been someone that's like, oh, you know, my batteries are drained. It's paranormal. But I'm definitely that right now.
We should spray this stuff.
What is it?
This is, it's a suspension of St. John's wort.
Oh, yes.
So it's kind of, we jokingly call it fade-away spray. But I like to spray it. Sometimes it, like, makes the air lighter in places like this. Like it
Do you
already
want
feels a little lighter.
to document what it's doing?
Yeah.
If it'll do it again.
Can you shine right there, Jeremy? Suppose she tried this.
Hold on, so I have to adjust the batteries first each time. But, so I'll adjust the batteries, which are less than a week old. And then I'll try to turn it on. Okay, well, it's not doing it. It'll shine red, and it'll show the radio station. And then it'll just fade.
Do you want to see if they work outside?
Yeah.
Or do you want to keep trying? We can stay down here, or we could use...
Yeah, I have the tarot cards and the pendulum.
Oh, and I've got the oracle deck.
Yeah, let's do some old school.
Yeah. Where
we
like...
don't need all this new stuff.
Actually, that's one of our...
Here we go.
Yeah.
One of our, like... Oh.
Yeah, faded
Never seen
away.
it do
Faded
that.
away. One of our things is, like, we want to try and find, like, non-technological methods for, like...
Yeah, cheap and accessible and...
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's like $90.
Yeah.
And I barely use it.
We
I
like
only
sticks
use
and
it.
rocks.
Got some bones? We'll throw some
Seriously, let's
bones.
cast the bones. Well...
Okay, so let's do... I have a black tarot deck.
Ooh.
Something I'm still getting used to, but I really like it because it's not all that dark, but it's not like you're a child of the universe kind of thing either.
Right.
It kind of just tells you like what's really happening unfiltered.
I
love that.
Put Acho down. Acho is the rock deity.
Cool. I still have so much
The
to
rock
learn.
spirit. Spider. Here's
Oh, yeah.
It's funny to me that all the projects that I'm working on right now, I can't share anything about them.
It's like,
I know, right?
So it's just
I
like
want to go home and post all this stuff like right now.
I know, right? And then we have the first one that we're going to be able to post about is the Walker Ames, and that's going to be right around when we can post about this. So we're
Yeah.
just going to be like,
Am I
nothing.
holding-
Yeah.
I think the green is probably the best for filming purposes.
Yeah.
Okay. First question. What do you want to ask the house? You address the house? Do you want to address the victims? Do you want to address Linda? Do you want to address
I want to address
land?
the genius loci, the spirit of the place,
Yeah.
and just what is the general feeling about us being here? What is our presence? How does it feel about our presence?
How do you feel about our presence, genius loci?
We're going to use 2 oracle decks to see if there are any.
Sinks.
And I like the idea of addressing the house as an entity.
Yeah.
Rather
love
than
that.
just...
Yeah.
I saw that on Hunt Me.
Oh,
Katie
cool.
Webb.
Yeah.
They started addressing the house and...
Yeah, I also think the genius loci is a good place to start. The spirit of a place. I mean, that's
Yeah. How do you
Part and
feel
parcel
about
of
us
our
being here? So, genius loci.
Mhm.
Split the deck. 9 of Spheres. So that equates to the pendulum. I am still learning this deck.
fungi.
Ooh, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
I love the fungi. Okay, 9 of
All the mold in
Spheres.
here.
So,
I'm really feeling the mildew and...
yeah.
Not only that, but the fungi card symbolizes the an unseen network of communication. So
That's interesting. So this one's talking about enjoying the fruits of our labor. So I think it's kind of calling us, instead of talking about how the house spirit feels, it's talking about us and how we feel going into this place. And it's like we're thinking about all the things that we did to get here today together in this, notorious place that will no longer exist.
yeah. and then the fungi card also, it's about establishing networks of communication that aren't obviously immediately apparent. It's like the mycorrhizal network.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fungus in this basement.
Absolutely.
It's funny you said fruit, though, too, because there's the fruiting body.
Yeah,
The
the
fruiting body, the fungus, yeah.
Sometimes they're poisonous,
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
they're edible and medicinal and healing. And
Yeah.
We had a jumper when we were talking. I wanted to ask the house how it feels about to be demolished, but before I got even that intent in my brain, we had the 10 of Cups pop out. See what that's about.
Somebody upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Are we sure?
Marco!
Hello?
Heavy ass footsteps.
Somebody up there?
I feel like it's that.
what?
Okay. Double checking.
We're in the basement being spooky, and we wanted to know if you were a ghost or real.
Ooh, so
Are you guys down here?
Yeah.
So
We're being spooky.
You're welcome to join.
So this. Do you have any extra AAA batteries? Maybe. It's okay if you don't.
We've run into a
My spirit box got zapped.
What?
Yeah, I got changed these batteries last week. I need new batteries.
and they keep dying.
It keeps glowing for a second and then it just quits.
That always happens here.
Oh, really?
I've
Yeah,
never
we've had
experienced
ghost teams who come in and they bring whole packs of batteries, fresh batteries, and then they're dead. Just like that.
Right. But we're like, you know what? We have all these natural, easy ways of doing things, and we're
trying.
we're doing it this way. But
Good.
we just
Old
pulled.
school.
So we're trying to address like the spirit of the house, really, and
Right.
trying to figure out what's going on. But this is what we call a jumper card, and before I can even put my intention, it jumped out. So it's talking about a sign of burden and responsibility. Being depended on is a good thing, but being overworked. But beware of being overworked. So I feel like this house is like, listen, I had my time, but I'm excited for the closing because it's had tons of people come in. It's had investigations. And it's like, you know my story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to be, the IVs are coming in. Let them come.
Right.
And that was before we even asked.
Yeah, the fungus card came up too, and that's
Yeah.
like decomposing and like
Yeah.
tearing
Mhm.
down the old. And
But not in a bad way. In
No,
a healthy
No,
way.
yeah. It's all a part of the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Next tarot, next oracle.
Let's do both
Cool.
again.
Okay, what do we want to...
Oh gosh.
Jumper!
Jumper. Smoke. Obfuscation.
Ooh.
So something is. There's a probability that nothing is as clear as it could be or should be, but not for a cause that you understand yet.
Okay. Is that talking about the house or us?
I don't know. It jumped out, right?
Right.
there's also a lot of burnt. There's a burnt spot in the house too.
There
That's right,
is.
yeah.
There's a
you
little
know
bit
about
of singed wood
Really?
over
Yeah.
in that front left room.
Hmm.
That's important.
Up in the beams.
So what's interesting is every facility that Linda has touched is also touched with fire at some point.
Huh.
Because her 1935 fire of her school of
Right.
medicine completely burned down.
Right.
And this was her other facility. I think something worthwhile would be to check where that apartment was in Capitol Hill and see if it's also been touched by fire, because those are the three main locations that she practiced.
What would that say about
Excellent
her?
question.
I don't know. That's something to definitely look into, but noticing the pattern's the first step
Right.
in researching the pattern.
Yeah.
So,
All
something
right.
interesting.
So that was my jumper card.
Yep.
All right. Well, what's the next?
I'm doing the point. So let me put the intention in. How do you... He pretty much answered...
Mhm.
It pretty much answered how it felt about being demolished.
Mhm.
What's a good next question? Is there any... We can just do the ghost. Is there anyone that still lingers?
Mhm.
Is there any human entity that's still here? And if so... What do you
Any
have to say?
human entity other than us?
Any human entity specifically tied to this property? King of Spheres. We're getting a good amount of spheres today.
Oh, wow. Do you remember the plants we were talking about earlier? And the trees?
Yeah.
What the heck are all the locust trees doing out there?
Yeah.
This is the locust tree card.
I love it. Okay.
And it would indicate in the sense of this question, it would be like the sense that something is coming to. I'm struggling trying to figure out how it might fit with that intention, but that's not strange. But the idea that something is coming to, so locust trees are nitrogen fixers, and then also gourds, and the idea of seeds in gourds that need to be fermented before they end up like within the decaying gourd in order to. So again, another like. The soil is being repaired. The new growth happens, but after fermentation. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to move my camera really quick. So here's the king for the spheres. I'd like you to read that and see if you can find how that applies, because it's just basically discussing wisdom.
great success and wealth. He uses financial wisdom to also create wealth for others. And that's the king of spheres.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be Earth. Is there anybody associated with the house that is currently associated with a house that has something to do with
You
what?
say wealth, right?
Huh?
You say wealth?
Wealth and
So Linda Hazard took everyone's wealth.
that's true.
Pretty much every victim she had, she made herself the executor and the power of attorney.
So
And she would wear other people's clothes, other people's jewels.
and court cards often represent people. Like that's so it's as a king. If I was going to be doing a reading, I would think like a older person, male probably, or male presenting or dominating. Earthy, gardener, farmer, but also something to do with wealth. So also could be an accountant or banker or something like that.
Interesting.
With maybe like darker hair probably associated with. So I don't know. Maybe
Did she have a partner?
She had a husband. He wasn't directly involved with her practice, but he did like go and pick up people for her. So he picked up Margaret, the family nurse of the Williamsons, and was kind of like a taxi service. But I hadn't heard anything outside of that. Let me scoot over for you, Jeremy.
sure.
I'll be
But
right
let's
back.
let's look at the imagery here. Look at that tree.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of
Tell
tree it
us
is.
if we need to, whatever you.
Oh, yeah.
your time. Okay, I just don't know.
We really made
We're just
ourselves
hanging
at home
out.
down here, didn't we? We set up shop.
Yeah.
So let's look at this imagery here and see what there's a face coming out of a tree,
Yep.
Oh.
and look at that expression.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming spheres in this are like the discs, the
Pentacles,
Okay.
yeah, coins,
Yeah.
yeah.
Same. So it's Earth.
Mm-hmm. Definitely what you picked up on. Okay, you ready for another one?
Do you have anything you want to ask, Garrett, or any intentions you want to set?
Boy.
You
I
can get like a saline treatment after this.
Yeah, right.
could go get some tomato soup after this, I think.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if you guys want to try to see if you can make any kind of do you guys want to do any kind of contact thing or something, or do you just want to ask it in this way?
Yeah, we could. Well, why don't we? What we could do is ask if there are any entities that would be willing to contact us.
Yeah. And we all have we can all set up our personal filters, so only good can come through. Anyone who means us harm cannot penetrate these filters that we set up, and using our energy.
Anything unpleasant or untoward does try to get through. We have ways of dealing with it, so keep that in mind.
Jeremy has a salt gun.
I didn't bring it with me though. I really do.
I love that.
I actually have like.
I should have brought my dragon's bone.
It's actually like and it shoots salt.
That's amazing.
It's the guy who invented it for killing insects because like you could shoot
like
it at flying
slugs.
flies and slugs and stuff like that. But I was like, this would also be really good against zombies.
Yeah, it would. So funny enough, I drew the Fool,
Huh?
which is talking about the beginning of a journey.
That's right.
So
And let's see.
we're going down the beginning of this journey, you guys.
What do we get?
Naive, optimistic, carefree character represents the early stages of new project. Challenges yet to come. We're not worrying about it too much. We're really coming at everything with curiosity and an open mind, and there's plenty of potential.
So I got an interesting one in reference to the. I was really intent of the. Is there anything that wants to communicate with us? I'm gonna take that as a no.
Can you flip it towards us?
Yeah.
Or hold it up, maybe?
Yeah.
So,
That's a pretty clear message.
Yes.
it's done talking.
That's what I would intimate from it. I mean, we could always push it if we wanted to. But
We can ask for confirmation.
We're not into screaming at things.
No.
no.
And that's the thing too is this card represented like everything coming to a close, it being accepting and approving of it being demolished.
Yeah.
So I feel like mentally it's already like checked out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that like the feeling I'm getting is like this house is basically ready to come down.
Mm-hmm.
Like let the ivy in.
Yep.
Or let the next thing happen. Like.
And I don't like just coming from, and we're all energy beings. I'm not really picking up on anything outside of like some mold allergies.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. I obviously get creeped out knowing what happened here, especially looking in like that sunroom.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not feeling anything watching me. I'm not feeling
No.
any like looming.
My back's to the darkness. I'm feeling.
I got a little when we first came down here.
Sure.
I wonder if my spray didn't help.
Right. It's like, you made me upset.
Oh, look, it's laughing with us.
Well, let's maybe ask for some like final words before, we're presumably the last people here.
Who the last outsiders who don't have
last
anything to do with the
outsiders.
property other than an interest.
Do you have any final words? Do we want to do tarot or pendulum? Or
Should we try a pendulum?
pendulums, yeah, let's think of like a yes or... Yeah. Okay, just for final words' sake. Do you have any final words?
I can hold the flashlight. Yeah.
Okay, so this is no. This is yes. Do you have any final words as the voice of the house? Any final words before you are forgotten? See, no.
No. Yeah.
It's extremely quiet
Yeah.
Says no.
Yep.
That's double confirmation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should close down.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for allowing us to come here. There were a variety of synchronicities that led us to this point. And we'll see what happens from here.
Yeah.
I always love in a tarot reading when you're trying to address something and it in turn talks about you. And you're sitting here like, wait a second, we're talking about you. Why are we talking about me now? Damn spirit box, I've never. I hate being that person who's like, it drained my battery. I had to confront that today.
Ooh.
What'd you find?
Nails.
Tinfoil. I'm so scared to have any artifacts you guys.
I know, right?
I don't know how I feel about this one.
Look at this big old pulley too.
I wanna like send to Craig and Tina, but I don't wanna have it in my house.
Yeah. An old grody sleeping bag.